So on my Dodge trucks, I want to put some more thump into the system. Um, and, being a regular cab, there's not a lot of room for much of anything behind the seats. I know JL makes a Stealthbox for the 99 and newer Dodges. Well, number one, it won't fit this era. Number two, I ain't paying for that. $550 for one of those. So we're going to make our own Stealthbox out of the stock seat. So then obviously you're left with the bottom of the seat here when you get the top off. I pulled the seat cover already off of it. If you're careful, you can take the cover off without screwing anything up. So after you get the foam off the seat, you've got some grating inside. There's some springs. And then you've got this front cross member up here that the seat spring's attached to. I cut this out with a Sawzall to get some clearance. So this leaves you with the space that you're actually going to put the speaker box into right in here. So this leaves you with roughly, say 16, accounting for the thickness of the board on the speaker box. 16 by maybe 11, 12, and probably about 5 or 6 high. And that's the space you're going to have to put the box in. We're going to reuse the seat foam and basically carve it out, hollow it out for the box, but leave enough of a skin on the outside so that somebody can actually sit on there, without their legs falling asleep, hopefully. So you have a nice, we'll keep this outer shell so it maintains the size, and your seat cover fits back on there nice and snug. Got to clearance things a little bit. One of the nice things about this frame is, even when you cut apart that cross member there, they've got this little piece of rod tacked in here, so it keeps your center distance set so that your bracket still fits back onto the floor of the truck. So this is the template I got drawn up for the seat. It's about 5 1/4 inches at the back, 15 1/2 inches long for the uppermost portion along the top there. At its highest point, 6 1/2, and you can kind of see that area up around here. It's not exact. I mean, it'll be close enough. All right. Well, we got all the pieces cut. You can pretty much do this with setting your circular saw to a straight 90 cut, a 30-degree cut, and a 45 cut, and that'll get you the angles that you need. So there's nothing too crazy about that. Alright, well, we got the hole cut out and ready to start assembling all the pieces together. Guess they say it isn't yours until you bleed on it. Starting to look like something. Don't worry about those gaps. That's nothing some wood glue can't handle. Well, we came close, but the box I made doesn't quite fit into the frame without modification. Looks like we're going to have to do some grinding on the frame, get some clearance that we need. If you want to do this yourself, maybe make this center section, instead of 11 inches wide, make it like 10 3/4, and then it should just drop right in there without having to modify this frame too much more. So for this build, I got a Rockford Fosgate R2 shallow mount 10-inch sub. I mean, it was on Amazon for like 50-some bucks shipped. Had pretty good reviews. Probably not the best enclosure for it. It's going to be on the small side for what this speaker needs. I mean, you could either use a 10-inch and kind of maybe not get the best results. You could probably fit a pretty good quality 8-inch sub into this volume box, have it sound pretty nice. But whatever, that's how I went this time. I'm going to put some polyfill stuffing in here to help account for the, being on the small side for the area of this box. So hopefully that helps out. We'll see how it sounds. I'm going to have a pretty good size amp running it. So And the shallow mount also helps free up some internal space inside the box. So, every little bit you can get, that helps. Now it's time to glue everything up and make sure we got it sealed well. Chopping up the seat. It's like filleting a fish. So there it is. Might have to do some trimming of the framework around here. We'll see how the sub fits in there. We're going to have to do a little bit of clearancing to get this thing to, clear that surround on the speaker. Alright, well, we're getting pretty close now. I had to clearance a little bit of the frame here to fit the speaker, and I also moved this bar out. This little bar does more than just separate the pieces of the frame. It's also for the seat cover latches onto it. So we may have to tighten up that seat cover a little bit so it fits right. Stuffing the box with some polyfill, so hopefully this will try and mitigate some of the lack of performance from not having enough volume inside this box. Alright, there it is, finished product. Seat covers on there decent enough. I might spend a little bit more time and get it get it tightened up a little bit, but we did have to cut these clips down a little bit here too to clear the speaker. But I tell you what, for the price, it's hard to beat this stuff.